Welcome back to Animal Farm. This is chapter 7. It is wintertime on Animal Farm and it's a rough one. Some of the fields weren't planted correctly and now there's a food shortage. Napoleon announces that they're going to sell more of their eggs in order to buy some extra grain. The hens protest this. They say it's too late in the year for that. We need to hatch some eggs in the spring. The hens even go on strike in order to protest what Napoleon is doing. Napoleon answers by cutting their food rations completely. Eventually, 9 of them starve to death, the others just give in, and the egg sale goes forward. Meanwhile, the animals are working on rebuilding the windmill. Remember, Napoleon had announced that he knew Snowball had destroyed their windmill, and pretty soon all of the animals are blaming anything that goes wrong on Snowball. One night, Squealer calls everyone together and he makes a shocking announcement. The pigs have found some secret documents that Snowball left behind, and it turns out he's been in league with Farmer Jones the entire time. Squealer's like, don't you remember how Snowball almost lost the Battle of the Cowshed for us? Boxer the cart horse protests this. He says, no, I fought at the Battle of the Cowshed. I remember Snowball won that battle for us. Squealer's like, no, Boxer, we have his secret documents. I would show them to you, but you can't read. And it says that Snowball was in league with Jones, and you're remembering wrong. Napoleon was the one who led us at the Battle of the Cowshed. A few days after this, Napoleon calls a big meeting of all the animals in the barn. He gets up on the platform and whistles for his dogs. They immediately pull 4 pigs forward. Now, these are 4 younger pigs who in the past have kind of questioned Napoleon. They've argued with him a little bit. So the dogs pull these 4 pigs forward and Napoleon asks them, is there anything you want to confess? Now, the speaker tells us that these 4 pigs immediately confess to being in league with Snowball, and the dogs immediately tear them apart. Next, the 3 chickens who led the strike earlier in this chapter are pulled in front of the group. They too confess to being in league with Snowball and are immediately torn apart by the dogs. Again and again this happens, with more and more animals coming forward to confess and immediately being killed. After this is over, Clover the horse kind of gathers everyone around her. To give herself some comfort, she starts leading them in a chorus of Beasts of England, their anthem. Squealer shows up and says, cut that out. That song is forbidden from now on. That's a revolutionary song. The revolution has happened. We're living in the animal paradise, so we don't need that song anymore. And that's the end of chapter 7.